It's the Curt and Jen podcast, and we are here for you on this Monday.
That was almost an opening theme song. It's the Curt and Jen podcast. We're here, and it's Monday.
We are so glad you're spending the day with us, or this little time with us.
Yeah, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we are here, and mostly for our own good. But if you also enjoy it, please feel free to like, to follow, to subscribe. All of the above would be acceptable and or encouraged, right?
We would really, really love it if you share the Curt and Jen love with other people. We need more people listening to this greatness.
Now you're turning it into a love fest, which is fine because that's what it is, right?
That's right.
Today on the show, would you choose love over money in your relationship?
Where were Selena Gomez and Taylor Swift? Why were they together this weekend? Where were they and why were they together?
Also, don't knock it till you try it. Life hacks, that's our question of the day from Friday. And phrases, these are phrases that minimize people, minimizing phrases that you should never say at work.
And then we're going to unlock a new fear, which I can't even believe I didn't know this.
Why would we unlock a new fear? What kind of jerks are we?
Well, I mean, we're just letting you know things so you can be safe in life. Food and drinks we thought were healthy in the 80s, and turns out maybe they're not so much.
I have one to add to that list too, so it's coming up.
I was like, I did not go to the Mariners games this weekend. They had a series at home against the Dodgers, and they lost every single one of them.
Which was 3, right?
Yeah, and some of them they lost kind of megally.
Megally?
Did they not put in their best players because they were already in the playoffs? Do you know?
I didn't see the game, so I do not know. But that would not be, well, I don't know. I don't know if in baseball it's as much of an issue, like in football or whatever, where you don't want your players to get injured prior to the playoffs. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they just got beat by a better team.
I should have done more research on that. I don't think the Dodgers were a better team. I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure they weren't. Anyway, the Mariners play their first playoff game at T-Mobile Park on Saturday. That is when they kick off their first playoff series of games. The playoffs actually start tomorrow, but there you go. Go Mariners.
Go M's, exactly. I wanted to share just it could only happen to me type of story.
Please.
Helped out with an event over the weekend, a fundraiser for this is for Dahlia Living. They help put people that are struggling into living situations, which is fantastic, right? Help out with that. So typically I'll be like the MC or co-host at these fundraisers, and I also bring my fun toys for sound and lights and video and whatnot.
Yeah.
So we're going through the event, and it comes that there's this item that people are supposed to be bidding on, and they're like, okay, we'll start this bidding on this at $400, and nobody bid. Nobody was like raising their paddles for $400, and then like, how about we start it at $350? And I, smart me, go, you know what? I'll get the bidding started on this thing. I'm not interested in it, but certainly, usually once you get it bid in, more people bid.
Yeah.
Well, guess what didn't happen this time when I said I'll go with $350?
No one else?
No one else bid.
What was it?
I'm the proud owner of an autographed jersey from Dan Marino of the Miami Dolphins, Hall of Fame quarterback.
Well, I mean, okay, that's kind of cool. For $350 US. Is that good? Did you get
I have no idea. And of course
you won that prize.
I won that. Yeah. And so I was like, hey, this is also the guy that co-starred in Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. So he's a movie star.
Okay. See?
Yeah. And it turns out that the the person who put up the item for bidding on. By the way, we're having an event coming up in March. It's this winery. They're releasing their new wines for the year, and Dan Marino is going to be there, so you can come by and meet him as well. I was like, all right, so
okay,
yeah. So it wasn't the end of the world.
Jersey back.
What's that? He wants his jersey back?
Maybe you can give him his jersey back.
No, I'll have him sign it with something from Ace Ventura, like laces out. Something like that.
Here's a question for you. Your family is in Florida. Would any of them love that?
No. They're in Florida, but that'd be like if you moved to Cincinnati and a year later they said, "Hey, here's some Bengals paraphernalia," you'd be like, I'm a Seahawks girl." They
Okay.
didn't grow up in Florida. They just that my mom and dad retired. They ended up there, so they are they're still Cincinnati fans.
Okay.
Right. But
Okay.
anyway, we'll see. There's probably a Dolphins fan out there that would say, I'll pay for that. And then again, I might just keep it for the story, right?
I mean, yeah, because you
Be,
should.
be careful what you bid on.
Be careful what you want to win. Quotes.
Okay. Now I lost all of our podcast bump music. Do you have anything you want to share from the weekend?
No, I did not do anything exciting really this weekend. I got some I did do a progressive dinner. That was super fun. A
I
neighborhood
saw pictures of that.
dinner.
Yes.
Yeah, and our tradition is that every house we're at, we have to take pictures. And I'm the timekeeper, of course, right? I'm the one that did the timeline, and I'm like, okay. And everyone makes fun of me, right? Is it time to go yet, Jen? Did you check your watch? Are
Hmm.
we out of time? But if you don't do that, our night is gonna, at the end of the night when the last three houses come or two houses come, it's like everybody's so tired and it's so late.
Well, let me ask you this, since it did come up a little while ago, one of our questions of the day. Was Lily a part of this progressive? And did she, instead of having just a couple options, have like 30 options of food?
No, because she learned from the first year when I'm like, Lily, you cannot do that. No one was hungry at the rest of the houses after you set out a buffet of food.
Nice going, Lily.
So she was very good. She only had two things and they were delicious.
Okay. Well, from the pictures, it looked like it was fun.
It was very fun.
And yeah, I didn't see you keeping time though. So. Well, it's National Coffee Day. There's a day for everything, isn't there?
Yes, there is.
Did we miss something that you wanted to talk about?
No.
Oh no. Okay. National Coffee Day. They had some stats in here that I did not want to share because I thought they were kind of boring. But this first thing, which is what drew me to the article to start with, is there was a time when Seattle was considered the coffee capital of the United States, but is it still? Question mark in bold print. An annual report on the best coffee cities in America ranked 100 cities based on things like local coffee popularity, coffee roasters and shops, coffee prices, coffee spending, coffee culture. This year, do we go to number one and really do the big reveal? Is it Seattle or not? Or do we just do the top 10?
No, do the big reveal. Who's number one?
Portland, Oregon.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Are we
Portland
number
came in number
two?
one, but then followed by Orlando, Long Beach, California, Miami, Florida, home of Dan Marino, and Seattle was, what is that, fifth?
One, two, three, four, five. Yeah, we're fifth.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Also making the
Tampa.
list: Tampa, San Francisco, Austin, Texas, Oakland, and Pittsburgh. It seems like it used to be that the big coffee towns were the ones where it was a little bit the weather-wise was a little bit more chilly and damp, So they like Maine and New Hampshire and Seattle, of course. But now, I mean, how is Orlando? I guess because of maybe Disney.
But there's not only Orlando, but there's also Tampa that's in there and Miami.
Yeah.
So Florida has three cities that are like known for their coffee.
They,
California has three cities in the top 10.
they must be getting iced coffees because it's always hot there. Um, if you're interested, for National Coffee Day, lots of places offering free coffees, mostly through their loyalty apps. This would include Starbucks, Dunkin', Circle K, if you can find one of those, Panera Bread, Pete's. Do we still have Pete's around here, or did they all go away?
I don't know. Maybe we might have one or two here or there. They're sprinkled, maybe.
Other places that have deals for coffee and other goodies: Krispy Kreme, Dutch Brothers. Oh, Dutch Brothers, you like that one? And Shake Shack.
But I have to imagine that their free coffee is literally their black coffee. It's not like your favorite coffee drink.
Well, I don't know. Again, did we research this thoroughly?
No, we did not.
And I had forgotten about how much I liked going to Tully's. Remember Tully's?
Uh, yeah, I love Tully's. We did
Are
a
they
whole Tully's.
are there any more of those left?
No, those are out of business. I'm
That's
looking
kind of what I thought.
on my Starbucks app to see what they say
Okay.
about the free coffees. Give me a second. Let me just see if they say anything. No, it's not even the first thing on the list. No, I don't even know how you're going to do that because it's not even.
Well, it says mostly it's done through their loyalty app. So maybe
I
if you
am
have
in their loyalty app.
Okay.
Okay, I don't know. I cannot help you.
Onward.
This is a good question. What
Well,
percent?
the old wasn't the old saying, first time you marry for love, second time you marry for money, right?
So did you marry for money this second time around?
No.
Okay.
Well,
There goes that
no.
theory. Okay,
No,
what percentage of partners would choose love over money?
it's about equally split.
Yeah,
So, and again, this doesn't say if this is a first marriage or a second marriage or a 10th marriage. USA
USA.
Today poll,
Go ahead.
53% of people said love is more important than money. So only 3% of people over the halfway point are like, yeah, love is more important in a marriage. I would say that that's way more important than money, unless you're just getting in the marriage to, I don't know, take advantage of the money and then get out of the marriage. What you can of it,
I
I
don't know.
suppose.
That's pretty disheartening that it was only 50%.
Yeah.
Like it was split. People marry for the money?
The question was inspired by a previous poll. People were asked if they would marry for someone they were in love with, knowing that it would probably be a rocky road financially. 63% in that situation said that they'd married for love, even if it meant a lifelong financial struggle rather. And generally, around half of people would prioritize romantic love over financial security.
On the flip side, 46% would choose money over love.
How do you spend your life with somebody that you possibly don't have anything in common with, don't really care for that much, that has money? I don't know. That seems like that would be.
It says there are some limits. 48% said they would not date someone without a job, even if they were attracted to them.
Would
Huh.
not date someone without a job. When I met my current wife, she was between jobs.
Get this, Kurt Cruz.
What?
Sometimes you do get a second bite at the apple. That's what they say. 30% of Americans would consider getting back with an ex if that person had become rich.
Wow. Well, I suppose. Yeah, I suppose
Who
it's easy
are
to overlook.
we?
Is it easy to overlook some of the annoying things that you got out of the relationship for? Like, I'm breaking up with you because of blah blah blah, and then suddenly you find out that person hit the jackpot in the lottery. Well, I guess that wasn't so bad after all.
Oh my gosh.
Humans. Is that a giveaway?
How do you feel about this, Kurt?
I actually don't really have an opinion. To be
I
honest with you,
love
you want to
it.
go with it?
I think they're so cute together.
I think that Benny Blanco is punching way out of his league
Oh,
by getting
he's
married
over
to
chick.
Selena Gomez.
He's over chicked.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean it's like when Julia Roberts married Lyle Lovett. People are like, wait a minute, what's going on here? Nothing against Lyle, but he's not the most attractive person.
All right, here's the deal. Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco got married this past Saturday at a place called Seacrest Nursery in Santa Barbara. And the pictures are beautiful. Her gown is gorgeous. And yes, Taylor Swift. I think Taylor Swift at least used to be one of her BFFs. I'm sure she still is. She
Well,
was
she was there. Taylor was there, like you said. Also, Selena's got that show with Martin Short and Steve Martin called Only Murders in the Building. Both of them were there.
that's a
Paul Rudd,
popular.
Zoe Saldana, Ed Sheeran, SZA, Camila Cabello. This is a whole long old Paris Hilton made an appearance as well.
Wow. I
Hmm.
like it. Well, I of course I looked at the pictures from the wedding and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, she looks gorgeous."
Ed Sheeran and Taylor Swift reportedly gave speeches at the reception, while Martin Short and Steve Martin gave one together at the rehearsal dinner. They tend to play off each other very well.
I
All
like
those commercials they do.
yeah.
She was given away by her grandfather, even though her father, Ricardo Gomez, was there. There's no word why. Are people just trying to stir stuff up here?
Of course they are.
Hmm. Some reports that Selena's mom, Mandy, was devastated that neither she nor her current husband were asked to do the honors of giving the bride away. That does not seem to be true, though, it says. I don't know. There's always people trying to stir stuff up.
I think so. Uh,
Benny and Selena met 10 years ago, give or take. They got engaged last December. This totally seems like a situation where they were just really good friends. And then at one point they said, you know what?
I
You're
like
all
you.
right.
I like you a real lot.
I like you a real lot. Exactly.
I like that kind of
More Taylor Swift kind of news.
I'm so bummed about this news. Taylor Swift allegedly turned down the Super Bowl halftime show. So here's who's performing. Ready for it?
Yep.
Bad Bunny.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Bunny himself was announced as the first headliner for the 2026 Super Bowl halftime show. But it's saying here he might not have been the first choice. Taylor was allegedly in negotiations, but turned it down because she didn't want to do it for free, which, you talk about a great business decision. Taylor knows what she would bring to, I mean, a Super Bowl halftime show. Super Bowl is a pretty big deal to start with. But if you had Taylor doing the halftime show, she's going, you know what? That's going to mean a lot of extra dollars for the NFL. I'm not doing it for free.
You know what? Good for her. I mean, I'm sad she isn't performing, and nothing against Bad Bunny. I'm not familiar with Bad Bunny's music. I did look him up. He is hot.
Mm-hmm.
He is a handsome guy.
And
He has a bunch of sold out concerts, so he must be talented.
very popular right now.
So Bad Bunny is who we get for halftime show.
But that didn't stop, unfortunately, the haters. And I'm not going to get into the politics of things of who was who, but
because the hate is going to hate.
Yeah, that's right. The haters are going to hate. So if you're interested in seeing Bad Bunny, and that was the first headliner announced, so there may be more coming. Super Bowl 60 is February 8th at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, California, home of the San Francisco 40. Bleh. Right?
That's all we need to know.
Okay.
The only thing that will make that better is if the Seahawks are there.
You know what? I guess it's possible. Of course it's possible, but I mean,
anything's possible, Curt Gross.
I'm going to lean. Do I lean towards probable? Not quite yet. We'll see.
Yeah.
Here's a statistic that's probably not that surprising to people. The average kid, and think about this, Jen, because you have an average kid.
Yes, I do. I have an average child.
The average kid has their phone in their hand. How much of the time? I'm not going to say this yet. There's a percentage of time that the average kid actually physically has the phone in their hand.
During a conversation. That's the thing. During a conversation.
I see. While you, the parent, are trying to have a conversation with them, the child, the average kid, has the phone in their hand. Ready for this? 52% of the time. Just over half. Do you think that's low?
Well, here's the thing. It's just not a kid problem. The same parents say their partner is holding a phone 58% of the time they're trying to talk to them.
I'm going to have to call Jen Pirak out on this one.
I always have my phone in my hand.
Well, no, we back when we were employed, remember those long time ago when we were on the radio?
Yeah.
All those years ago, we would have staff meetings, and there were a couple times that you were like, listen, people, phones down, blah, 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 blah. And then, okay. And then within a minute, you're back on your phone, looking stuff up. Is that true?
And that's the thing. I was going to say this because Macy does have her phone in her hand many times. And there are times when she's like, okay, because you're in a conversation, you're like, oh, we can so easily look that up.
Yeah, and that's what it's become. It's not even a deliberately rude thing, I don't think. I just think it's just the way things are.
It's like if you're talking about something and it's like, oh, well, how many home runs did Cal Raleigh hit in the game? Or did the Mariners win last night? Whatever you're talking about, right? You're like, oh, well, it's at our fingertips. Let me get my phone out and ask them.
Yes.
Oh, is that Scarlett?
Yes, I did indeed. Just so people that aren't watching, I did pick up a 3-month-old puppy here to share in the video, and also change the subject because I had grown tired of it.
Oh my God! Then hit the music. We'll move on.
Hang on.
Jeez Louise.
This has become tiresome. Sorry.
You know what? What's bad about that article that we were just talking about?
What?
Almost 80% of parents are worried about spending less time in real conversation with their kids.
Parents and kids and other kids, parents and other parents. It really is. It's beyond a distraction now. It's become, almost physically a part of people's bodies, which is, who'd have thought we'd be saying that? There was a line, by the way, and it was the second, they did a remake of, God, I can't think of the one with the rock. They play the game. They go back to the jungle. The jungle. Jumanji.
Oh yeah.
The second Jumanji At some point, one of the characters is talking about missing their phone, and then the Jonas brother, who's in the movie, is like, "Does phone mean something different in the future? Why are you so concerned about your phone?" You know, thinking it's just a handheld phone.
Oh
All
yeah.
right, this is our question of the day. Don't knock it till you try it. Life hack. You know, people said, "Hey, you need to do this," and you're like, "Bah, whatever." And honestly, we didn't get as many responses as we would have liked to on this
I
one,
was
but I do
hoping
think
for more.
the ones that we got were decent because you threw one in, Jen. You said grilling peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. You got to toast the bread.
Well, I used a bunch of examples because I kind of wanted to get people started. So I posted the question on my Facebook page and then I left the comment. I said, here's some examples like grilling peanut butter and jelly sandwiches or using a pinch of salt in coffee and on a watermelon or covering food with a damp paper towel before heating it in the microwave to help the food from drying out.
Which Anita responded, yes, the damp paper towel over your food in microwave is a lifesaver, especially if it's something like rice. So she agreed and maybe even one-upped your little life hack there, right? And
Yeah.
then our Steve says a poke bowl.
I don't get that life hack. I mean, poke bowls are delicious, Steve. I love a poke bowl.
But how is that a life hack? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
food. Heather says peanut butter on a bacon cheeseburger is a game changer. Hmm.
I mean, they do have those peanut butter and jelly burgers now. You know, that's pretty popular at burger places.
Yeah, somebody else had mentioned, and this is another thing that's not really a life hack, but somebody else had mentioned the egg on a hamburger, you know?
Oh, I get an egg on if I'm at Red Robin, I am getting the Red Robin Royale and that has an egg on it. It's good.
Okay.
Extra protein, yumminess.
Yeah, but sometimes extra protein and yumminess, two yummy things together don't necessarily make a yummier thing.
Well, many times they do though. Okay, Sonia, I like hers. Reheating rice
Hmm.
by putting it in a strainer and pouring boiling water over it. It comes out perfectly, she says.
Hmm.
Perfectly delicious. Here, this was posted on Reddit, and so
Right.
I grabbed some of those answers too, like Cheez-Its in soup instead of crackers and goldfish in chili. Oh, I don't know, instead of Fritos? No, thank you. I'm gonna always go with Fritos and chili.
What about this person? It said forcing smiles. It says, quote, smile broadly for a minute every morning when you're alone, like in the shower. It tricks your brain into thinking you're happy.
Okay. This one said homemade takeout. After making burgers or sandwiches, wrap them in food wrapping. Oh, food wrapping paper like a deli or takeout joint would do, then set them down for 10 minutes. It really gets everything to come together and marinate.
Okay. I do like this one, freezing grapes. They make great, quote, ice cubes for chilled wine or
I
drinks.
love that one too. I got to remember that. And then putting toothpaste on a mosquito bite. They'll disappear or at least not itch anymore within minutes. And someone else added, heat up a spoon until it's warm and press it on the bite. The heat mixes the protein that makes it itch.
And then, oh, it nixes. Okay, yeah, that's, well, I'd never heard of that.
And maybe it leaves a burn mark on your skin. I don't know.
Don't heat it up that much. Not that. That's too much heat.
And
Yep.
using scissors to cut pizza is a really great hack.
Why wouldn't you just use a pizza cutter?
Well, if you don't have a pizza cutter, you just
Can I push this again?
yes.
What's the deal with this one? Minimizing phrases.
Minimizing phrases you should never say at work. And I have something to share about this because I actually just heard something about this and I've been talking to it about it with a couple of my girlfriends. But there's this communication expert. Her name's Kate Mason. She lives in Australia, so I know you'd really like her a lot. Says a lot of us, especially women, tend to minimize ourselves at work without even realizing it. It's called imposing syndrome. Many professionals do it. And like she said,
Sorry. I bumped it. Sorry.
he tried to shut me up.
Please continue.
They're overly self-conscious about ruffling feathers or being a bother at work, she says, which can often cause them to stay quiet and minimize their accomplishments. She has these three common phrases that she suggests that we drop at the workplace. The first one is, it'll just take a second. Nothing takes a second. This phrase makes your request sound unimportant and can frustrate the other person when it goes longer.
I see. So that'd be if I asked, say, asked somebody if they could help with something, and they said they could not, and you're like, well, it'll just take a second. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's minimizing. Okay. What else?
If not, no worries, or no worries if not. Either way, we tack this on to soften a request, but it's usually a worry, like a deadline. It signals your ask isn't urgent when it actually is.
The third one, this is great. I'm not an expert, but
That
it's
instantly undercuts your credibility. Like,
okay.
they hired you for your perspective, so own it, right?
The advice overall is be clear, confident, and honest instead of minimizing. Give context, state the why, and lean into your value.
There you go.
All right.
Be powerful.
Yes, I should have had a Zach Bryan song there to go, but I did not.
Okay. This is crazy.
Zach Bryan.
Yeah.
Is he one of your favorites?
No, he is not.
But he's a big name country artist.
He is mega. He is mega. I like maybe a few of his songs. Macy, my daughter, loves Zach Bryan.
Zach Bryan is now in the record books. On Saturday night, Zach headlined the first ever concert at Michigan Stadium in Ann Arbor. They call it the Big House because it holds so stinking many people. This show with Zach Bryan had 12,408 fans in attendance. That set the record for the largest ticketed concert in U.S. history, which to me, I guess that seems like I would have thought it was more.
The previous record was George Strait in 2024 at a Texas show where he played in front of 110,905 people. So this broke the record by what? Almost 2,000, about 1,500.
Right. This is Zach's set, 3 hours, 27 song set was the last scheduled show of 2025. Fans in attendance said it felt more like a festival than a standalone gig. There were 6 acts that played for over 7 hours total. And yeah, that's I'm not trying to minimize it either. 112,000 people is a lot, but somehow I guess I thought that the Guinness record of, biggest ever concerts would have like, 500,000 people or something.
Well, yeah, because I think about, well, I mean, I guess it's just a single this is just a concert in the US, but I was thinking festivals like, I don't know, Watershed, Stagecoach. What's the big one? Coachella.
Mm-hmm.
What about Woodstock? Like, I feel like there's way more people there, but maybe that's the difference. Was this a festival?
Well, there were 6 acts. I don't know. They're saying it was. They're saying it felt more like a festival than a standalone gig. So I guess it was a standalone gig. But the reference that they wanted to say here about Zach is a couple years ago, he was playing for fewer than 3,000 people at places like the Fillmore in Detroit. On Saturday, he played that show, and there was 109,000 more people than 3,000 there.
Thank you, Curt Cruz. That's crazy.
I'm just mathing.
That's amazing. Good for him.
So somebody told a friend, they told 2 friends, and so on, and so on. And then you have a big Zach Bryan concert, I guess.
I did that because of the next story.
Uh-huh. Are you sure it hadn't become a tiresome topic? I'm tired of this topic.
I guess we have to be careful, though, when we do that, right?
Yes. So this is the fear we talked about at the beginning of the show, the fear that we're unlocking for you. Apparently, and again, I'm going to say that this is the one example out of 2 billion that they're saying this happened to this person, so be careful, don't do it. Basically, they're saying don't yawn too hard, a hard yawn, or it could kill you, followed by 3 exclamation points.
What happened?
This is a woman in England named Haley. She's 36 years old. She recently shared a story on TikTok. So let's stop right there. She shared a story on TikTok. That's not exactly scientific research, but she said she had a big yawn and it almost killed her. She was about to feed her baby when the kid yawned. Since yawns are contagious, she yawned too while she was stretching and immediately felt a shock in her neck. It turned out her yawn was so forceful, 2 vertebrae in her neck had shot forward into her spine.
What?
Spinal cord got so compressed, she was paralyzed for a while. Doctors said there was a 50-50 chance she'd even survive, but thankfully, she's still with us. Now, to me, that just sounds like a freak accident instead of a be careful, don't yawn too hard, right?
I mean, what the heck?
She just shared the story. This happened in 2016. She ended up in a wheelchair for months afterwards, had to learn how to walk again. Says she still has issues almost 10 years later, including serious nerve damage.
Oh my God. It makes me want to stretch and just like
Are you going to challenge it? Do a stretch yawn. Crackle.
I mean, something else must have been going on in her body, obviously.
I'd like to think so. Anyway, don't be as scared.
Don't be scared.
Just something to know, I guess.
Just be
This has nothing to do with yawning. We're a little short on time, but let's do this. Food and drinks they told us were healthy in the 80s. And I'm going to start with, maybe this is more the 90s, and I don't think this is on the list, but do you remember when people said, hey, just have a bagel for breakfast, you'll be fine?
Yeah. No.
Turns out that big old doughy bagel was not so good for you. So basically,
carbohydrate dense.
yes, here we go. These are foods and drinks they told us were healthy in the 80s. Turns out we were doing ourselves more harm than good. Fruit juice. It says a cup of OJ has the same amount of sugar as 5 oranges. 100% freshly squeezed is your healthiest option.
Okay, granola bars. You can find healthy brands nowadays, but for a while, a lot of granola bars were loaded with preservatives and sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Lean cuisine meals. Remember those?
Yeah.
Low in protein and high in sodium. Some were delicious and
too delicious.
Yeah.
I like them, but yeah. And I don't even
soda.
think back then, I'm having a hard time remembering because I was like 2 years old in the 80s, but
You wish.
nice try. I don't even remember sodium ever being a factor. It was never like, oh, that's got a lot of salt in it. It's like, what? I'm going to put more salt on it.
Delicious.
Diet soda, of course, I said was good for us. For years, diet sodas were marketed as the healthier alternative to full sugar soda. But the aspartame in diet soda can cause weight gain and other negative side effects. That's something where they say, you know what? These artificial ingredients may not be sugar, but your body reacts to them in a very similar way that it would react to actual sugar. So you're going to end up maybe with the same results if you drank the full sugar drink and you put a bunch of chemicals in your body.
That's the same thing with sports drinks.
Oh, that's true.
That's on this list too. Gatorade and Powerade were sold as a healthy way to get hydrated, but there was a crap ton of sugar in it.
You're right. It says people aren't sweating enough to justifying it. You know, if you're going to go out and run a marathon, maybe it's fine. But if you're going to drink Gatorade and then go watch TV, no bueno. How about cereal? I love cereal, by the way.
I love cereal too, but it's ultra processed, usually high in saturated fats and sugar. Even the healthy ones. I have a quick story. I was dating a guy and he got out his Raisin Bran and I had my my honeycombs out and he's like, that is so unhealthy for you. And I'm like, I would be willing to bet you that your cereal has far more sugar in it than mine does. And sure enough, that Raisin Bran with 2 scoops of raisins. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And 2 scoops of sugar. They don't say that part.
They don't.
Other things on the list: margarine, low-fat yogurt, veggie patties.
I don't
rice cakes.
They said dairy milk. Milk commercials were a way of life in the 80s. If you wanted strong bones, you drank a lot of milk. Now, if you drink too much milk, you spend extra time on the toilet. Well, that's only if you're dairy sensitive.
Well, and that was the other thing that I was just thinking about it was bread. You know, and I'm not saying bread is bad, but you know, when I was growing up, when I actually was a kid, I was under the impression that if you didn't eat bread and milk every day, you were going to die. You know, it's like you have to have bread and you have to have milk and you have to have Wonder white bread. So I was mistaken about that, it turns out.
Wonder white bread, by the way, was a treat for us because that was the expensive bread.
Instead of getting the QFC or Safeway brand?
Yeah, instead of getting the generic brand. I liked it when we got to have Wonder Bread.
Nice.
What's the deal with this? What's the Snoop Dogg in the news?
Remember how much fun Snoop was at the Olympics?
Yes.
We all found out because it was like, you know, at first like, oh, Snoop Dogg is carrying the torch a little bit of the way and he turned out to be a pretty awesome.
He was like the highlight of the Olympics.
Yes. Well, he has a chance to be the highlight of the Winter Olympics now too, because NBC Universal last night said Snoop Dogg will return to his gig helping cover the Olympics for NBC and Peacock.
Wait, you know what? Good for him. I love that so much.
Mm-hmm. It just goes to show that former gang members who have shot at people
and smoke a lot of marijuana.
I don't know if he shot at people or not. The global megastar, this is what NBC Universal said, the global megastar Snoop Dogg will explore northern Italy from the vibrant streets of Milan to the breathtaking Dolomites, providing his unique perspective to viewers during NBC Universal's Winter Olympic primetime coverage.
I did not know the Olympics were in Italy.
I'm not sure if I did either. but I like the I have to say I'm much more of a fan of the Winter Olympics than the Summer Olympics in general.
Okay.
Yeah, that doesn't make one better than the other. What did Snoop say? I'm excited to be back with my main man, Mike Tirico, for the 2026 Winter Olympics in Milan. The DOGG will be on the scene, and I am looking forward to celebrating with the athletes and their families. And that was, you know what, in the Summer Olympics when he covered it, he had like he did some non-Olympic type of things. I didn't one of the Olympians announce their marriage or that they were pregnant or something. And oh, that's right, he was there with the baby. Who had a baby?
He found the stories is what it boils down to. And you know what? There's a lot of producers that actually do behind the scenes. So good on them.
Yeah.
For making Snoop Dogg look so good. I mean, Snoop Dogg did his part in being an entertainer, but
yeah. So
people behind the scenes too.
It'll be good to have Snoop back. You can count on that. And on that note, let's just get to our question of the day.
Okay. This is your question.
Well, full transparency, sometimes we have a hard time coming up with these questions today for two reasons. First of all, a lot of them we've done already. We've been doing this for so long. We check ourselves before we wreck ourselves and say, didn't we already do that one? And often they're kind of unhappy things like, what's the worst thing that ever happened to you in your life? It's like, well, you don't want to do that. We want to do it. What's the worst thing? So anyway, today's question of the day that, yes, I dug up somewhere was, if money didn't matter, what job would you have? Don't consider the money involved. So basically this is saying, if you could have any job, what would it be? But I guess the caveat is money doesn't matter.
What would it be? I don't know what I would do.
Oh, I think I'm still on, have a large plot of land with a bunch of dogs on it. Is that a job?
Yeah, that's just a lifestyle.
That is my job right now, actually.
Okay.
I just want to have the large chunk of land like you and Pat do.
You just want to take care of a bunch of dogs and get them good homes.
Dogs are pretty awesome. Yeah, that would be bad. Or if I could be the guitarist and lead singer for Foo Fighters.
Oh.
Probably not going to happen because Dave Grohl may have something to say about that. And I'm not good enough.
Dave Grohl might be a better guitar player. I don't know.
Who do you, what would you be if you had no, money didn't matter. What job would you have, Jen?
I do not know what that would be. A surprise and delighter.
How about director of fun and games? Oh, you already had that job.
Yeah, I don't know what I don't know.
All right.
A radio host?
The tough thing was when the station changed formats and basically let everybody go. And people's like, well, now, you got a chance to go and get a different job. You can just do whatever you want. You can have your dream job. And I think we're both like, we had our dream jobs.
It was pretty cool.
How do you top that? Okay, so let's not get sad. If money didn't matter, what job would you have? Let us know. That is the question of the day. We'll have your answers on Wednesday.
We're posting that question on our Facebook page. The Curt Morning and Jen and Curt. Okay, we'll see.
Jen's actually saying that mostly to me, so I remember to do that.
We'll see you on Wednesday with a new podcast. Until then, make good choices, find joy, spread kindness, and laugh.
It's good for the soul. Thank you so much for joining us.
Have a good day.